What is up, everybody? My name is Robert and welcome back to a brand new episode of Redstone Craft. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here in Redstone Craft, and we're actually going to start today's episode a little bit differently. You see, I'm running low on resources, and some of them are sort of expensive resources like diamonds, which I literally have 0 of, and others are more regular resources like diorite that I use in my builds, but I'm out of because I haven't gone mining in a while. So, yeah, while I come here to sleep. What I decided to do in the start of today's episode is go on a little bit of a mining expedition. And you guys might be wondering, what? You're going to mine on camera? Why is that? We have better stuff to do than watch you mine. You're probably right. I would not disagree with you. Are we actually out of obsidian? Isn't it? Oh, we're out of obsidian. Okay. That might be a slight issue. Let me look in here. Another. Oh no, we're not. Okay. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be time-lapsing ourselves in a 1-hour mining session. But it's not just going to be a regular mining session. That's boring. We're going to do some speed mining. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you have an efficiency 5 pickaxe like we do, and a beacon, which we can craft because the wither we killed a few episodes back. There you go. Really? No advancement for that? I think my advancements are sort of bugged, to be fair. Okay, no, adventure. There we go. Really? No beacon? The hell? Oh, I guess I didn't summon the wither per se. Okay. It sort of summoned itself. Anyway, point is, we have a beacon, and we're going to be doing some speed mining, because that's probably the best way for us to get a few resources. So what I'm really looking for is diorite, because we need that for builds, and I'm out of, so I need to get some. I'm also looking for diamonds, obviously, and, you know, just whatever else. I have 2 shulker boxes here, so we can sort of sort ourselves out. And the way we're going to do this is I'm going to go all the way down my mine and all the way to the end of the tunnel. And actually, I'm sort of afraid there's going to be mob like hell here. And we're going to do some speed mining. So I'm going to get set up and I will be right back. Okay guys, so we're back and I'm set up here. So I went a little bit far on my mine and I set up this beacon. This is a full beacon of iron. Chests around the middle for stone and all that crap. I want to see if I can catch everything. Then this was the supply stuff. Over here we're gonna get the ores. So this I brought because I brought extra, and the emeralds I also brought for the beacon. And yeah, we're gonna see how much we can fill up in exactly 1 hour, because I'm gonna time myself and we're gonna go through. It's gonna be like 5 minutes, maybe less for you guys, because I'm gonna time lapse it. But for me, it's gonna be exactly 1 hour. But before we can start, we are going to. Oops, that lagged a bit. We are going to select haste 2, done, and we now have haste 2. Good. So, just also I have 2 pickaxes that were in my dead boxes. I need to be careful not to break these, but at least I won't have to go repair them. So let me get down to this level here, and you can see it's basically insta-break for anything except ores, and even most ores it's also insta-break. There's a handful of them that aren't. So yeah, this is what we're going to do. This is speed mining. So let's get this time lapse started, and I will see you guys in an hour. Okay guys, so we're back, and you can see behind me, I set this up. The beacon is now filled with stuff. Like these chests have crap all the way to that one, and I put these here, and we actually got a good number of ores. Now we didn't get that many diamonds. I was expecting a lot more, but this was just 3 veins. We were sort of unlucky. We mined a huge area, which you actually can't see with shaders on. Which also is something else. I had to turn shaders off because it was just impossible. We also got pretty good amount of diorite, so I'm pretty happy with this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave the beacon floor here. In case we want to do speed mining again, we can just come here, and now we're just going to fly out. Also, iron really isn't an issue at all, so yeah. But now we can just fly back home and get into what today's episode is actually about, because believe it or not, this isn't the episode. We aren't going to have just a mining episode. The main objective of today's episode is to build the sugarcane farm. So, as you guys know, we've been building farms basically throughout the past few episodes, and today we're going to build another one. And the sugarcane farm design we're going to be using is by none other than Tango Tech. But before we get into it, let me actually kill you. Sorry. Okay. Before we get into it, though, I have to... first of all, place you in here. You can see that I have a bunch of stuff. So let's see how many diamonds we actually got from this. Let me grab my gearbox, and let's see. Because this was one of the main reasons we were mining, is because I'm completely out of diamonds. Like, I actually had to go back to the Ocean Temple to search my gearbox. Search for the pre-made gearboxes there to make the 2 we have in our ender chest right now. So, yeah. Okay, half a stack. You know, for a fortune free, you did really poorly. Okay. Well, we got 44 diamonds. Let's put those in here, the place we had prepped for them, and let's plop all these back. Yeah, I'm gonna leave these here because there's no point in me organizing that just yet. Let me put the ores ones back. And yeah, so we're gonna get started this build. I'm gonna set up, and we're gonna transform into the creative test world so I can show you guys how to actually build the farm. So let's pop into the creative world, shall we? Okay guys, so we're back here in our creative test world, and this right here is the farm that Tango has built and gives in his creative world. But this right here is what we actually are going to build. And unlike most of the times, this actually is missing something. Unlike most of the other times where I build this farm, today we're going to be doing what we did with Ilmango's farms. I'm just going to explain because, honestly, Tango Tech has an amazing tutorial. He explains why everything is the way it is. I'm just going to give you guys an overview. The tutorial's linked down below. Credit to the creator. So, this farm is divided into modules. Each module, so each like little lane with 2 sugarcane and pistons, is a single module. This is a 2 by 2 by 2, which are actually split here, module. So this is the modularity. This allows it to be this size, that size, whatever size I want it to be. But I decided to just do it like this. I don't really need that much sugarcane at this point, but it's still good to have farm, especially for rockets. And just for your curiosity, my inventory is empty. This has been running for what, 10 minutes, maybe less. Yeah, so you could see, and this is already full, and it's been full for a while, actually. So, yeah. But basically, how does this farm work? Well, the true workings of the farm are back here. You see, each set of modules has some specifically placed observers. I was missing the name. So you can see that, for example, here, you're also saving observers because you don't have observers everywhere. You use the observers on the right side to power the left as well, since these are the left of the module next to it, since they're together. And the only place where this is different is the end. That's why you see that like this one doesn't have observers and this one does. So that's also a cool strategy, a cool thing from the farm, because, you know, it saves resources, and technically speaking, I wouldn't even need this, actually. I did place it there, but whatever, you don't need it. I didn't notice he didn't. One way or the other. What happens here is this is looking at that sugarcane. Now, sugarcane have a property, if we look in the F3 screen, called age. And as they grow, their age goes up. And each time this sugarcane ages, this is going to detect block change, and it's going to fire all the pistons in this line. And in case of this one, it's going to fire all the pistons in both of these lines. And you're right, this might not be the most efficient since it's not observing each sugarcane individually. It's actually observing between 16 in my case to whatever, as many sugarcane as you want. But then again, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And the farm is actually really well made, and you save a lot of resources by doing that. Another thing this farm has, quite curiously, is that it's only too high, and this is to save space. A lot of the design TangoTech put behind this is for space saving. You can see pistons are right up to another. Redstone is shared from the two pistons. This is actually powering the bottom. I don't think it'll power the top. One way or the other. Redstone is shared, and that in itself makes it really good. Okay, so yeah, the redstone isn't shared actually, because they won't top to bottom. It's only shared side to side, but it's still a really good farm. And another thing it has is these iron bars. Now you might think why, and there's actually two reasons. First of all is that when pistons push this out, some of them might fly over and this stops them. And it also allows for the ones that do hit the pistons and go upwards, have like an upwards direction, to go onto this water stream above and just flow from the top level. And this actually takes us to the final thing I want to talk about, which is unusual, which is the water streams. Unlike in most other farms, these water streams are at the level of the plants. And this is done by some trickery with waterlogged half slabs. But this allows for items that are dropped in the corner of the block to still flow. And you can see they're going to come down here. And this makes the farm absolutely lossless. And that's one of the many reasons why I picked this design. So this is just a quick overview. And just for dimension's sake, this farm is 12, I guess, wide, 20 in depth, and 10 in height. And this is already giving like one block at each direction extra. So this is what 2x2 modules look like. And they're pretty easy to build, actually. You don't need that many resources. You're going to need a fair few pistons, but besides that, you don't really need that much else. And in theory, actually you can't. If it was designed a bit differently, you could use slime blocks, but that would be less compact, so it wouldn't have... Like, the space savings of this farm are incredible. And another thing, and as the final thing I want to say, is when you build this in height, the collection systems should have a wall of glass in front of all the waters. So this one, not on top here, you don't actually need that block, believe it or not, because they're not gonna fly out like really fast, but they will come out. So yeah, the items will flow, they'll hit the wall, they'll go down. This is to avoid them, they just flying off into the void like this piece of glass here. But yeah, that's about it. For the tutorial. I know this was short, but once again, it's just an overview for the farm. If you want a tutorial on how to do this and how to chain these, you can check out the tutorial below. TangoTech builds a module like this in his tutorial, and he teaches you how to make the basic one, how to expand it forward, sides, and up. And that's basically all you need to do. If you want or are planning on expanding this farm, I advise you to always start with the bottom left corner, sorry, if you're looking at it this way, because it's easier to expand that way. Although, technically speaking, you can expand it left and right pretty easily. Expanding it up and down can be a bit more complicated, although it's not too complicated. I feel like it would be better if you didn't do that, because building is going to be harder. But yeah, that's it. And yeah, let's pop back into Redstone Craft, shall we? Okay guys, so we're back, and yeah, it's actually been a day. And also, can we just appreciate the rain in these shaders? Naturally, I don't even have rain on, but it does look pretty good. However, there is a slight issue with the shaders, which is I can't actually go in the nether. This is something I noticed like today when I went to repair my pickaxe. It's totally dark, and when I mean totally dark, I literally mean pitch black. I can see where I'm going. Anyway, that isn't the point of this clip. Point of this clip is because our farm is done, and you might have noticed during the time lapse that it doesn't actually have a glass on top, and there's a reason for that, okay? The farm is ugly as all hell, and unlike these ones where you could sort of hide the ugliness and it kind of looks good, like this cactus farm looks really trippy, and I like it. The bamboo farm looks pretty, but the sugarcane one just looks bad. So my thought was that we just leave it be, just let it be underground. It doesn't really bother me anyway. So yeah, and holy crap, is this beautiful. Even the nether looks great. Honestly, only time where rain looks good in Minecraft. Anyway, in the meantime, I have also mined out all the ores we got. So you guys know that we mined out the diamonds we got in the mining session before, but I went ahead and smelted and mined stuff out, and you can see we got a pretty good amount of stuff, especially redstone, which is really good actually. And I also made this little shulker box here. This is going to be our beacon shulker box. I'm actually going to put that in our ender chest. First I'm going to put the ores one here, and now we can put this in the ender chest because this is going to be useful. We're going to start using a lot of beacons to just break stuff. In fact, I had a beacon set up for this project just because it's easier, you know. Let's make sure we take advantage of everything we can. But with that, guys, and with this absolutely beautiful view in the rain, honestly, this looks so good. That is all I've got time for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We did do things, you know, we didn't just do our usual single-minded episode, but that's fine. I want to start doing this sort of episodes more diverse and with more stuff for you guys to enjoy. But yeah, sadly, that's all I've got time for today, folks. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and that's it for today, folks. I'm out. Peace.